Hi, lovely viewers of Ghana. This is Ablade Copson. You are once again welcome to the new edition of the Candlelight. Today, we have a very nice topic that we want to discuss or we want to learn. And this is soul, spirit, and body. You see, soul, spirit, and body. This is usual with all of us on this earth. Every man believes that we have a soul, we have a spirit, and we have a body. So everybody believes is a tripartite being. Yes, of course, everyone believes. But today, what I want us to learn is that why are we soul, spirit, and body? Why? Why are you a soul, a spirit, and a body? Because every man sees you and sees you as one person or a single person. So why should you refer yourself as soul, spirit, and body? And why do you have a body? Why do you have a soul? Why do you have a spirit? What are the importance of these things? This is what I want us to learn today. I believe many people will ask these questions all the time. Yes. Because when you read the Bible, it says man was created out of the dust by God. And then God breathed the breath of life into man, and man became a living soul. A living soul. Where I want to emphasize today is the living soul. Now, why is the Bible referring to Adam or the spirit in the body as a living soul? Now, what we should understand is that a spirit cannot live on this earth without a body. Yes, a spirit cannot live in this world without a body. And so, what is the body? And what is the soul? And what is the spirit? Now, the human body, according to science, is made up of 75% of water and 25% of tissues. Yes, this is what we know. Now, mystically, the body is made up of these four elements that we refer to as fire, air, water, and earth. These are the combination of the body. Now, scientifically, the body is made up of four things. It is made up of blood, it is made up of water, it is made up of bones and tissue. Yes. So these four things come together to form the human body. Yes. And nobody can dispute about this. Yes. Now, how the body was formed is that the body was formed in the womb by the combination of these elements, or by the combination of these energies together. Why am I saying this? When you were a clot of blood in your mother's womb and then you started developing, you continually developed because your mom or your mother was feeding you inside with these elements. Your mother was breathing in air. She was drinking water. She was generating heat. And then there is a blood clot formation. There's a growth. That is the earth. And so all these combinations came together to form you in your mother's womb. So this is how come you came to being in body. Yes. And so without these elements or without these powerful elements, you cannot exist. Your body cannot exist. So this is how come the body was created. Now, we say the soul. What is the human soul? The human soul is simply the human consciousness. Now, when you read the Bible says that after God made the body was lifeless. The body couldn't speak. The body couldn't talk. The body couldn't move. Until God breathed the breath of life into the body, and the body became a living soul. So, it simply means that the combination of these four elements created another element, which is the fifth element that we refer to as ether, space, or what we call spirit. And so the combination of these four elements to form the body created another element, which is called the ether, or the spiritual element, which is the body, which is the soul. And this is what gives man the consciousness. Because when God created Adam, Adam was unconscious. He couldn't speak, he couldn't talk, he couldn't do anything until what happened to him? The spirit entered into him. And so it's the combination of these four elements that generated another fifth element. So the fifth element of the four is what we refer to as the human soul. And so this is what we refer to as the soul of a human being. The soul of a human being. Now, we've heard about the spirit, the human spirit. Now, the human spirit, it's the energy that connects man, soul, and body to the universal life force. Yes, the human spirit is the element that connects the soul and the body to the universal life force and energy. And so every man has a spirit. Now, when you look at little children or babies being born, and then you look at their temples, you see that their temples are breathing. Yes. In every man's temple, there is an haze of light that connects that man to the universe, or the universal power, or the ether power. And that is what we call the spirit of human being. And so, the unification of the body, the soul, and the spirit is what forms who we call a man. And you know what the spirit does is that it is the spirit that causes man to stand upright so that he will not fall. The spirit hooks the soul together with the body so that the body can stand upright. This is the reason why when the soul leaves the body and the spirit loses connection with the soul and the body, we say a human being is dead. So that dead body cannot stand, because what makes him to stand is cut off. Now, the human being cannot walk. The dead body cannot walk because what makes him walk is cut off. And so, this is what we call the human spirit. The connection in between the body and the soul is what we call the human spirit. Now, why do we need a body? as I said earlier on, that God created this body for us so that we can use this body to relate with the physical world that we are living in. Because God's idea was to make man and put man on this earth so that man can relate with the things that he has created, both physically and spiritually. And so when man is a spirit and he is living in the physical world, it will be difficult for man, though he is a spirit or he is a soul, it will be difficult for him to relate physically with the physical things. So God gave man this body in order to relate with the physical things of this universe. So the body is a vehicle in which the soul and the spirit moves or walks or are related to God. So this is how come the body is very, very important. There are a lot of souls who don't have body because they know without the human body they cannot function. When you read certain portions of the Bible, the Gita and everywhere, it tells you that God needs the human body. God needs a temple to live in. And the only temple that God needs to live in is our body. Which God are they talking about? That is our spirit and our soul. And so God made the body for us to relate with physical things. God created the body so that the body can help the soul to function better. Why am I saying that? The body has energy centers that we call the chakras. These energy centers are the channels through which the soul functions, or the soul is able to function properly, or the soul is able to unite with the body and become one with the body and metamorphose with the body, move with the body, flow with the body. Why am I saying this? Now, this world that we are living in, or this universe that we are living in, is 75% of spiritual, and then 25% of what we call the physical. The physical things are manipulated by the spiritual or metaphysical environment. And so God, in his manifold wisdom, created the human body and the soul so that the soul can travel into the metaphysical world to bring those spiritual things to the manifestation in the flesh through the body. This is the reason why a lot of people will have certain dreams and horrible nightmares, and then when they wake up, they see the same things. I know a lot of people who say that they dreamt of somebody fighting with them in the dream, and then when they woke up from the dream, they saw marks on their body. Yes. This thing is telling you that whatever the soul experiences in the spiritual realm affects the body. How? The soul is able to send information and signals to the body through the human spirit. And this spirit is located at the chakra that we call the solar plexus chakra, or the temples. These are the places where the human spirit exists, and they connect you straight away to God. When you read the Bible says that when the disciples went up there and then they prayed after Jesus left them, there was a rushing mighty wind, and then there was what? Tongues of fire on their heads. That tongue of fire was not an extraordinary fire that came from heaven. It was the what? The activation of that chakra, the temples. So their spirit got connected to the universal life force and energy. So that side of the chakras or the temples opened up. And that was how they were able to receive divine infusion and divine information and all the things that they were able to do, they received directly from the universal life force and energy. And so this is how important the body is. Now, God made the soul in order to relate with the spiritual world, to relate with the astral world, to relate with the dream world. Why? Because humans are not only physical, but we are also spiritual. There's a spiritual side of us that we need to do. This is the reason for dreams. So whenever you sleep and you dream, the reason why you are dreaming is that once you are sleeping, your soul comes out of your body and goes to other spiritual places or the astral world. Whatever the soul experiences in the astral world, the soul brings that information through the spirit into the mind that we call the subconscious mind. Every man has three minds: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the superconscious mind. And so, through the soul, or through the spirit, the soul is able to move in and out of the body, because the spirit has become like a tube. The spirit has become like a haze of light in which the soul travels out of the body and comes back to the body. So some of you listening to me, you'll be having a terrible dream, which you thought in the dream you are dead. Then there's nothing you can do. All of a sudden, then within the twinkle of an eye, you realize you are in your body. This is the work of your spirit. The soul faced danger in the realm of the spirit, and then he passed through the silver cord and entered into the body again. So that silver cord is what we refer to as the human spirit. And the function of the human spirit is there to connect us directly to the universal life force and energy, the masculine and the feminine energy that we refer to as God, or we refer to as the universal force or the life force. And so, soul, spirit, and body, this is their functions and why we need them. I hope you are watching me right now. You'll be sitting down and be asking yourself so many questions. Yes. Why is it that if this is true, then why are you not seeing it the way it is? It's simply because sometimes there are distortions in between these things: the soul, the spirit, and the body. There are people on this earth who don't have connections, or they don't have connection with the soul, spirit, and body. And before you become a complete spiritual being, your soul, your spirit, and your body needs to be connected to each other. And when these parts of you are connected together, this is what we refer to as a spiritual person, or a spirit being, or someone who is highly conscious. This is what we are talking about. Why? Because we do so many things, we go through so many things that does not put the soul and the body and the spirit in harmony with each other. And so we end up being miserable, because whatever the soul experiences in the spiritual world is what is coming to happen physically to the body in the physical world. When the soul experiences goodness, you will experience goodness. When the soul experiences evil, you will experience evil. This is the reason why we shouldn't take our dreams for granted, because dreams are very, very, very powerful. They are the languages of the soul trying to tell you what is befalling you or what will happen in the nearby future or what has already happened. Yes. And so, as a complete human being, you need the unity or the unification of your body, your soul, and your spirit so that these things can function properly. And sometimes when you start having nightmares and bad dreams, it tells you that your soul is in danger. Your soul is not having any nice experience in the realm of the spirit. So that is how you also be experiencing physically. But when you begin to have nice dreams, it means there would be harmony. Now, I know a lot of people will be asking me, I have dreamt of having money. I have done everything. I have dreamt of being a millionaire, driving the best cars in the world. But nothing has happened in the physical for me to know. Why is this happening? This is happening because there is no harmony between your soul and your body and your spirit. Yes. So whatever the information that the soul receives, or whatever good thing that the soul receives from the spiritual world, it cannot channel that thing through your human spirit to the body to manifest physically. So there is no harmony in between them. This is the reason why you experience good things only in dreams, but not in real life. In real life, they don't exist. This is what happens to us all the time. And there are a lot of things that we do physically that attract all this harmony between our souls, spirit, and body. And sometimes the reason why our souls don't experience these good things is because our souls are dirty. Just like you wash the body, just like you make the body clean, the same way you should be able to make the soul clean. Somebody will ask me, so do you mean the soul can be defiled? Yes, the soul can be defiled. You can make your soul unclean with a lot of things that we do or you do. One of the things that can make your soul unclean is having an affair with a woman in her menstruation period. That thing is very, 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 very dirty and can destroy your soul. And so you have to be very careful with it. Very, very careful with it. Because this thing destroys the soul. Sometimes the things we take into our body defiles our soul. There are certain foods. If you read the Bible, God ordered the Israelites not to eat certain things, because these things that enters into the body also makes the soul unclean. That is another topic. We shall come to that and treat the things that makes the soul unclean, and how we can be able to unite or unify the soul, the spirit, and the body for us to become what? Spiritual, in order to be able to move, experience God deep within ourselves. Thank you all for watching me. This is Isaac Ablade Cobson once again. We thank all our viewers, those who have been watching us on all our social media handles. We say God bless you. Continue and keep watching. We will come your way with more of these wonderful teachings. Thank you all. It's bye for now.